Did you have an incredible sex life when you first met your wife? Are you now starting to wonder what the hell happened? We got married, we had kids, and now I'm stuck in a sexless marriage. Well, brother, you're in the right place. Today I'm going to be covering the 4 steps that you need to take to reignite your sex life. Now, if this is your first time on my channel, my name's Luke Finn, and I help dads avoid unnecessary divorce and reignite the relationship with their wives. Now make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and smash that bell button to be notified each Tuesday when I release a new video. Now make sure to stick around to the end of this video to get the opportunity to enroll in my free masterclass. In the free masterclass, you'll get to diagnose your marriage and learn what it's going to take to reconcile and discover the #1 hidden roadblock currently preventing you from reconciling with your wife. Now with that being said, let's dive right in. So what do most men do when they feel like they're stuck in a sexless marriage? The first thing we do, guys, is we get angry and frustrated, right? Because this isn't what we wanted, right? We want to be close with our wives and we want to be intimate with our wives. Now, when getting angry and frustrated doesn't work, we start to blame. We start saying, why don't you want to be intimate? Why do you always have this headache? Why do you always pull away when I touch you? Because I have these needs, right? You're a man, we all have these needs, and it just gets really frustrating that your wife does not want to meet these needs and she's pulling further and further away and things seem to be getting worse rather than getting better. So we blame them. And then when that doesn't work, we start doing acts of kindness. So we take them out on dates, we give them gifts to make them happy. But really, guys, what are we really trying to do here? It's all a means to an end. We're doing these acts of kindness so we can get sex, right? And your wife feels that. She feels like she's been manipulated and none of this works. And what happens is then we resign ourselves, like this is just the way, all right? Married 10 years, this is just the way what happens. Nobody has a good sex life after being married for 10 years with the same person, right? And so we just resign ourselves to a life of quiet desperation. Well, guys, that's BS. You can have a great sex life with your wife. It is possible, but what it does require is more focus and attention, and instead of resentment towards your wife, it requires compassion and understanding, and that's what we're going to cover on the video today. So let's first look at the 4 reasons for a lack of sex in your marriage, guys. This is going to blow your mind because a lot of the time what we do when there's a lack of sex in a relationship, we start thinking that, feeling sorry for ourselves, our wife doesn't want us, that there's something wrong with us, that we're not manly enough. But there's so many other reasons and other factors contributing to you being stuck in a sexless marriage. So let's get into the 4 reasons for a lack of sex in a marriage. The first one, #1 reason, guys, is she doesn't feel connected to you. So you're probably working all the hours that God sent you. You come home, you're tired, you sit down at the dinner table, and you're not really able to connect with her because you're wrecked. Maybe you're even stuck in your head and you're thinking about the next day, your to-do list, all the different things you have to do. And, you just are not physically, emotionally and mentally there for your wife. Women are different, guys. For us, we can go, we're ready, to have sex pretty much any time, right? Women need to feel connected to you. They want, when you sit down at the table, that you're looking them in the eyes, that you're, emotionally there for them, and that they feel that connection, that you care for them, that you guys are on the same page. And the reason you're not having sex in your marriage at the moment is she doesn't feel connected to you. So you might be physically there, but are you emotionally and mentally there when you're around your wife, okay? The second reason is stress and pressure. When you first met your wife, wasn't everything so much easier? You didn't have kids, you didn't have all these responsibilities. Now you do, right? Life got real, right? You had kids, you got married, and now you have all these responsibilities. So there's stress and pressure. And so if your wife is feeling stress for whatever reason, maybe it's the kids, maybe you got financial stress. There's so many different stresses in life, guys, that if she's feeling stressed, she's not going to be in the mood, right? And then what makes it worse is you start putting pressure. You put pressure on her that why is she not meeting your needs? Why does she not want to be intimate with you? And when you put these 2 together, guys, it's really not good, right? It's going to ensure that you stay in a sexless marriage when she feels stressed and you're putting pressure on her to start meeting your needs. The third reason, guys, is conflict. If you've got a lot of conflict in your marriage, there's not going to be sex, right? If you're fighting all the time and not finding a resolution together, this is basically stacking, guys. Conflict is a serious red flag for a relationship that's in a downward spiral. Now, I've got a different training on this. I'm going to cover it more on the free masterclass, so make sure to stick around to the end of this training. where I'm going to cover what you can do when your marriage is having lots of conflict and how you can start to resolve that. So conflict, guys, is a serious red flag. So if you're having a lot of fights with your wife and you're not resolving the issues and things are getting swept underneath the rug, this is a serious red flag. You need to be able to resolve these issues and start rebuilding the emotional safety in your relationship. Fourth reason for a lack of sex in a marriage is motherhood, guys, right? Your wife has given birth to your beautiful children, and usually what happens then is her focus, she used to be focused on you. You were like number one, right? You were number one priority. Now she's got kids. Now you both have got kids. And now she's putting all the focus on the kids rather than you. And this really is not good, guys. It's a big mistake that we're making in marriages and relationships. It's putting the kids first. You're doing your kids a disservice by putting your kids first ahead of your relationship. You need to be a role model. You need to be a role model for your kids and show them what an intimate relationship looks like, an intimate, loving, connected relationship looks like. And that's how they'll go out into the world and form the same relationships with their spouses when they get older and get married, all right? So your wife is focusing on the kids 100% instead of you, because she feels like that's her main role and how she needs to show up. The second thing is she's just giving birth to the kids, guys. Like maybe your kid's like a year or 2 years old and she's put on a couple of pounds and she doesn't feel like she's in the best shape. She's got then issues around her own self-image. Like, is she sexy? Is she attractive? If she doesn't feel that, then she doesn't want to be having sex with you. So these are the four main reasons for a lack of sex in the marriage. And what you'll notice here, guys, is pretty much none of this comes down to you, like as in like you are making huge mistakes. Here, it's just to do with basically what's happening in life. All these stressors and what happens when you have kids, it's all normal, it's a part of life. And up until this point, you just haven't known how to navigate it, but we're going to change that today, all right? So, what's the remedy? Here's the remedy, guys. There's 3 attributes that you need to have to reignite your sex life. The first one is to have the strong male energy. So what is a strong male energy? A strong male energy is when your wife feels your strength, that you're there, that you have her back, and she feels safe around you, right? It's not like when you're complaining about having no sex and throwing the rattle out of the pram, like being a big baby. A strong male energy is you're confident, you're clear in who you are, what you stand for, and you're direct. You don't mess around, guys. You're direct you speak your mind. She knows where she stands with you, and you're very clear. This is a strong male energy where she feels safe around you. She feels like you're the protector. That's a strong male energy. That's the first attribute you must have to reignite your sex life. The second one, guys, is confidence. You need to have confidence. Just like my client, Kevin. He came into the program, his confidence was completely gone. With just in 4 weeks of enrolling in my program, he had boosted his confidence, was completely clear on who he was, what he stood for, and guess what, guys? Within 4 weeks, after having no sex for over a year, he reignited his sex life and was having sex with his wife and had created this new intimate relationship. So confidence is really important. You know who you are, what you stand for, you know your value as a man, and you also know your wife really well. So you can pleasure her at will, you know what she likes, you know what she doesn't like, and you've got that confidence to go out there and you feel magnetic with your wife, all right? And the third thing, guys, really important. So if you've got the other attributes, having the strong male energy and the confidence locked in, dialed in, that's awesome. Then the third thing is the part that you're missing, is the emotional availability. How to be emotionally available for your wife, to be there, that she feels that you're there with her, she can feel that connection. It's really, really important that she knows that she can come to you with no matter what, and you're there and you can listen and you can understand her. Now, I've created a communication guide which will help you rebuild trust and emotionally connect with your wife. If you'd like that communication guide, check down the description, guys. You can download that communication guide and it'll give you the 7 steps you need to take to emotionally connect with your wife and improve that emotional availability. All right? So now let's finally look at the 4 steps that you need to take to rebuild intimacy with your wife. The first step, guys, it's a really simple one, but please do not just ignore this. This is really, really important because it's you might think it's really simple, but this is like one of the main reasons why so many men are stuck in sexless marriages, right? You need to take time for each other. I know you got a busy schedule. I know you want to take care of the kids. I know you got all these other responsibilities. But if you want to have a great sex life, you need to have time with your wife, right? And so in our household, we literally have a time blocked off for myself and my wife. We spend time together a few times during the week where we've scheduled it in. Guys, it's really, really important. Put it into a calendar, plan it and make it happen. And make sure when you're doing it, do something that's fun. You know, you can do, the more adrenaline, the better. Go have some fun. Bring up the adrenaline levels in your relationship when you go out and have fun. And this is going to do wonders for your sex life. Number 2 is being more affectionate. Like, this comes very naturally to me. I'm a very affectionate person. So I will hold my wife's hand. I will give her a hug and let her know that I love her. Guys, this is really important, and what's really important about this step is that you're doing it not as a precursor for sex. You're not trying to line up sex. You're doing it, you're just being affectionate because you genuinely love her and care for her. So hold her hands, give her a hug, let her know that you love her, and without any, other ulterior motives where you're looking to have sex, just let her know that you love her and be affectionate. The third way to build intimacy and reignite your relationship, guys, is to be vulnerable. So discuss your hopes and dreams, your fears. You gotta open up, guys. And this is exactly what my communication guide does. If you want more details on that, check out the communication guide down in the description. And number 4, guys, is listen and be emotionally available. So if you're like the alpha male like myself, we always want to be fixers, right? She starts talking to you about her problems. Let's fix it. How we can find a solution. But then she just feels like you're not listening to her and you're not validating her emotions. She doesn't feel understood. It's really important. Do not be a fixer, right? What you want to do is, you can use this when you're talking with your wife and when she's sharing with you, what you want to be saying to her is, so sweetheart, are you sharing with me or would you like some input? So what you're telling her is, like, if she's just sharing with you, you should just sit there and listen, right? You don't want to be giving any input. If she's sharing with you, zip your mouth and just listen. If she says she wants your input, then go ahead, be the fixer, give her some solutions. But giving unsolicited advice is a surefire way to make sure that your wife feels like you don't understand her. So listen and be emotionally available. Alright guys, so I promised at the beginning of this video, I'd give you the opportunity to enroll in my free masterclass. In the free masterclass, you're going to get to diagnose and learn, diagnose your marriage and learn what it's going to take to reconcile, discover the number 1 hidden roadblock preventing or why your wife is checked out of the marriage, and you're going to get to start applying my ARC system to begin the reconciliation process. So if you'd like to enroll in that free masterclass, check out the link down in the description. And finally, if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to my marriage support group for dads. This is an amazing Facebook group filled with amazing dads who are committed to creating an unbreakable marriage. So I look forward to seeing you on the inside. Check out the link. You can join my free Facebook group, marriage support group for dads. You'll find that link down in the description. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you've got any questions at all, post them down in the comments. And if you found this video useful, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and smash that bell button to be notified every Tuesday when I release a new training. So with all that being said, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.